Good morning, guys. Good afternoon. This is Mr. Benitez here. Welcome back. I hope you guys are doing pretty good. Let's go over what we're going to be learning today. Last Monday, we talked about introductions to maps, and you guys completed an FRQ. For today's class, we're going to be focusing on topics 1.2 and topics 1.3. Before we start the class, guys, make sure that you have your notebook, make sure you have your pen and pencil, and make sure that you guys copy the chart below. So this is what I'm talking about. When I talk about the topics, I'm talking about the AP Human Geography course description. The course description has all the topics that we are covering from the beginning of the semester to the end. If you guys want to see where you can find the course description, it's going to be on Google Classroom. So right now we're going to be focusing on topic 1.2. This is a review. Here's the objective for today. When we talk about human geography, we're talking about how geographers use different methods to collect information. What type of methods do they use? That's what we're going to be reviewing for today. And here's topic 1.3. Once we understand what methods geographers use to collect geographical information, we need to understand what are the effects. What are the decisions that are being made using this geographical information? Here's some two important keywords. Absolute location means the precise location, and relative location means anything that is surrounding the precise location. One method that geographers use to collect geographical information is something called remote sensing. We covered this in one of our FRQs on the exam. Many of you guys got this right, but just to restate the definition, remote sensing is the art and science in obtaining information about an object or feature without physically coming in contact with that object or feature. So just imagine a remote. Take a look. It's at a distance, and I can turn on and turn off the computer or the TV. What's a good example of a remote sensing? Think about a satellite in outer space taking a picture, or think about drones hovering around the city to take pictures. So remote sensing is when objects are far away and they're taking pictures. As you can see in this image, a lot of satellites are used to capture weather patterns, and also drones can be used to hover over an area to see and calculate any damages that occurred to the area. As you guys remember, 2017 we had Hurricane Harvey. A lot of those pictures were taken from a distance or from a drone or even a helicopter. The second method that people use, or that geographers use to collect data from the Earth's surface, is something called GIS. It's called Geographic Information System. Geographic Information System is just computer hardware and software that stores a bunch of information together. As you guys can see here, this first layer is one set of information. And then right here in the second layer, that's a different information. And it keeps on going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. All these layers of data get put together to make one piece of data. And how does that look like? Here's a real world application. GIS and COVID-19. So take a look at this map right here in the bottom. This map was created because they were able to get a lot of information. They were able to add a layer of how many hospitals are in the area, how many nursing homes, and which people are being treated. They get all that information and they put it together. If you're having a hard time trying to figure out what that means, just think about Snapchat. Snapchat, you can add layers on layers, or they call them filters. Once you add all the filters, you get the complete image. Finally, we have our last method that geographers use to collect information. It's called GPS, and GPS is just satellites in the atmosphere that projects information to GPS receivers that are found on the ground, which enables users to figure out precise locations. If you want to figure out precise location, you need to know latitude and you need to know longitude. What's a real world life application? GPS. If you look at your phone uses GPS. Your phone can be tracked down by your parents, by your friends. It can even be tracked down by the government. If you take a look here, GPS works through triangulation. So we have 3 different satellites that can pinpoint your location. We also have GPS, a Google Map data of Houston. And then if you look right here, you can see this picture is used to figure out the directions, how to get from one place to the other. Finally, another way that geographers receive information or data from the earth is using something called the census data. And the census data is just a way that the government collects information on its people. If the government is trying to figure out how many people live in one area or how many people live in the other area, they send these type of surveys that people fill out. Let's watch a quick video. I was watching TV, watching YouTube, and then this ad came up. And let's see what Cardi B has to say about filling out the census.
New York City, 2020 is a huge opportunity to make our voice heard. This year, we have the power to decide our city's future, not just for the next 4 years, but for the next 10 by getting counted in the census. The census is about power, money, and respect for our communities. If our city is undercounted, we risk being underrepresented, especially our communities of color. In 2010, only 62% of New Yorkers responded to the census, with the lowest response rates in our Black and brown communities. In 2020, I'm going to tell you something. We can let this happen again. If you want to stand up to the status quo and the 5 people in power who wants to silence us, start by getting counted in the census. The census is safe, easy for everyone. And remember, the citizenship question is off the census. No matter what anybody tells you, immigrants with or without papers count too. Mi gente presente. Go to my2020census.gov now and fill out 10 simple questions to get counted.
Awesome. Alright guys, so just to recap, this whole week we covered types of map, we covered spatial concepts such as density, concentration, and pattern, and we covered 3 tools that geographers use to collect information, and then what do they use that information for. That's what you guys are going to figure out in your classwork for today. Just a heads up, there's going to be new content every Monday and Wednesday. I'm going to have office hours Monday and Wednesdays from 2 to 3 p.m. And if you guys plan to attend office hours, there's going to be a link posted on Google Classroom. So since we talk about Google Classroom, let's take a look. As you guys can see, I'm going to go to Google Classroom. Always click on classwork so you can see the type of work. If you check Google Classroom, I gave you the PowerPoint, I gave you the classwork, and the recording for this lesson will be also updated. Make sure for the classwork you have to read the article and answer the 8 questions. That's going to be your grade and your attendance for today. Other than that, guys, have a great day. If you have any questions, I'll see you during office hours from 2 to 3.